Hello, my name is Darrell Lang, chaplain at Brittany Point in Lansdale, Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining us. In his book on time, author Simon Garfield tells the story of his recent visit to Egypt. He and his wife are sitting in a restaurant along the Mediterranean above a beach near Alexandria. They look out, and at one end of the beach, they see a local fisherman trying to catch his dinner. And after he and his wife finished their meal, they walked down to the fisherman. And since Simon knew a little bit about fishing, he wanted to suggest to the fisherman to move to another rock over there so he could catch a bigger meal. The fisherman says to him, "Why would I want to do that?" "Well, with greater speed, of course, with greater speed, and you could catch more fish and sell the surplus to market and then buy a better rod and a new ice box for your catch. That's why you need to move." The fisherman goes, "Why would I want to do that?" "Well, you can catch more fish and even buy a boat and go out deeper and catch fish with a big net. And soon you could have a trawler yourself and people would start calling you captain." The fisherman says, "Why would I want to do that?" "Well," says Simon, "if you had a boat, you could get a big set of fish. You can you set your own prices. You could buy more boats, hire a workforce, and then fulfilling your ultimate dream, retire early and spend your time sitting in the sun fishing." And the fisherman goes, "A bit like I do right now." Well, the Egyptian fisherman had a different conception of both success and time, didn't he? We here in the West, it's fair to say, as Garfield points out in his book, that we are time obsessed. We're busy. We find or make time for our work, our events, or even people. We value time. We don't waste time. We manage time, and we run out of time. But when we look at these two passages in Psalm number 90 and look at it from the Hebrew or Eastern mindset, it's a whole different kettle of fish, so to speak. Time is less something to be measured or worried over or even maximized. The scholars tell us that in the East, the psalmist, and at that time of his writing, the psalmist would be concerned about not so much about time, but timing. To put it another way, the psalmist would be asking, what is the appropriate thing to do? Folks in the psalmist's day would be concerned with seasons and not calendars, not counting days, but making days count. The psalmist says in Psalm 90, verse 10, and I'll read these verses for you. In verse 10, he says, "Our days may come to 70 years or 80 if our strength endures. Yet the best of them are but trouble and sorrow, for they quickly pass and we fly away." And then, of course, in verse 12, which is, I think, the key verse, he says, "Teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom." I think the psalmist basically teaches us that whether we have good days or bad, and we're going to have both, he's really saying to us, "Lord, teach all of us what it is to make our lives count." And making, as the Apostle Paul would say in the New Testament, making the most of every opportunity to do things like proclaim Christ for the benefit of others. Whatever season of life we are in, it's likely we have more time on our hands than we have in recent days, especially during this lockdown. So the question is, are we spending our time well? Or are we doing things like binge watching Netflix, for example, out of boredom? No, I think the question is, are we taking the opportunity to listen to the Spirit as He journeys with us? And are we taking those opportunities to comfort others who are lonely or who are discouraged or fearful? May we always be Jesus to others, and may we fully receive in our lives the one who came to earth at just the right time. Thank you for watching. God bless you.